What's good with you guys? It's your boy Devo here, and I'm back with another reaction video. And today, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be checking out the 10 craziest WWE predictions for 2026 by WrestleMania. As always, a link to the original video will be in the description down below. You guys want to check it out for yourself. Yeah, it's 2026 now, man. So happy New Year to everybody. You know what I'm saying? I hope everybody, you know what I'm saying, celebrated and stayed safe. Yeah, I hope nobody lost any loved ones, you know, during the celebration. Hope everybody stayed safe. You know what I'm saying? It's 2026. We don't want, it's the very beginning of 2026. We don't want no RIPs this early into the year. So I hope all y'all stay safe. And yeah, man, let's go everybody go achieve what you want to in 2026. And let's, you know, say take over. Make it your year, man. So let's get straight to the video and stop yapping.
2026 is here, and after an underwhelming 2025, WWE is a ton of
Underwhelming
pressure
indeed.
to deliver a fantastic year of programming. So join us now as WrestleMania looks at 10 of the craziest predictions for WWE in 2026. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling
make sure y'all
videos.
subscribe.
Number 10,
WrestleMania
Brock
and over
Lesnar
here.
retires. Now, as things stand, 2026 could be the year of 3 huge retirements in WWE.
Yeah.
And we already know that AJ Styles is confirmed to retire at some point in the next year.
Yep.
It's heavily rumored that a returning Chris Jericho will be retiring in 2026. It's also been widely reported that WWE legend Brock Lesnar is finally calling it a day in the next year, and WWE could be looking to build towards a match between Lesnar and Gunther. Lesnar versus Gunther has been a dream match for years for many fans, and the match just so happening to be Lesnar's final match will be a major deal. It's also possible that Lesnar has some input in who he retires against, as Lesnar certainly has some creative sway within the company when it comes to who he wrestles. This was on full display back in 2017 when Lesnar opted against wrestling Jinder Mahal, and WWE would pivot and proceed with a Lesnar versus AJ Styles matchup. Now, whilst on paper it would make sense for Lesnar to retire at WrestleMania 42, it seems that SummerSlam just so happens to take place in Minnesota, so the main attraction for the show is likely going to be...
I mean, I think honestly, I think Brock Lesnar should retire in 2026. He's just not like, just at this time, at this point, with everything that's going on, with the newcomers, and other things, I just think that he is no longer needed. Cause I mean, we'll be fine without Brock Lesnar. Like, he's not that important to the company anymore. You have guys like Braun Breaker, Obafemi, Gunther to kind of take on, you know, the role of just being unstoppable, like Brock Lesnar once was. So yeah, he's just not needed anymore. He's old, you know, and like I said, man, there's all that legal stuff that happen. So it's like, you know what I'm saying, just not needed. So, you know, hopefully he does retire, you know, goes up into the sunset, because I mean, we got guys now. We got guys that can kind of play that role. Like Obafemi could probably play that role to a T, just coming in straight out the gate, just being unstoppable. And yeah.
Lesnar's retirement match. Number 9, the year of returns. Now, as well as a year of retirements, 2026 could be the year of returns in WWE. We know that Chris Jericho is expected to return, but we could also see the WWE return of Paige. Paige has been heavily rumored to return for some time now, and with her being an established talent, and with names such as Nikki Bella...
No, I will say this. How do y'all feel about Chris Jericho returning? How y'all feel about that? I mean, I kind of see it as similar to Brock Lesnar, not needed. You know, but we know that WWE loves to get those shock factor moments in, so the chances of him coming back are probably pretty sky high. But I just feel like it's just like not really necessary. You know what I mean? Just because, like I said, bro, WWE has guys. WWE has like so much young talent, and yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens though. Now Paige, I mean, the women division is fine as well, but I mean, I feel like with the women division, I feel like you can add on to it, and you can add on to it, and it won't really take too much away. 'Cause, I mean, they have women's mid card titles now. So I mean, if you want to throw something, if you want to throw women's U.S. title on a page or something, just to help push its prestige, you could certainly do that.
And AJ Lee back in WWE, this return makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Other potential returns
Reignite the
include Brie
AJ Lee
Bella, who stated that she
page
wants
feud.
one more WWE run, and also Dolph Ziggler, who returned in 2025 to a huge pop and had
For
a
sure.
stellar showing on Raw. We've also learned to never say never when it comes to pro wrestling returns, particularly when it comes to WWE. So the chances of a big AEW name such as Edge aka Adam Copeland and Jon Moxley aka Dean Ambrose jumping ship
Bro.
can't be a
Look, see, Mox and Edge. See, here's the problem. Here's the problem, though. It's like, if Edge does come back, it's like, dang. Like, he really missed the whole entire John Cena retirement tour. So it's kind of just going to be like, it's like, good to see him, obviously, but it's just like, damn, we really couldn't get you for that tour, man. Like, Tony Khan and Triple H couldn't come, or Nick Khan, Tony Khan could come to an agreement and just get one more match done. I feel like that would have been cool. Because I've always said that, like, an invasion show or whatever, or just like they just combine. They just combine together just for one night. Just one night. And like, I'm like, now obviously I would like for them to keep it under wraps, not let it leak, just so we don't get spoiled. Just imagine a scenario where, like, boom, they announce a show, they announce a new show, WWE announces a new show, and then you just see, like, Jon Moxley in the crowd just appear from out of the crowd and go into the ring, stare down Seth and Roman or something. Like, it'd be cool as hell, bro, but we'll see.
100% ruled out. Number 8, The Undertaker returns in a new role. The Undertaker has made his presence felt as part of the creative team in AAA. Taker is a complete novice in this role, but he's said to have done extremely well in the new role, and his partnership with Jeremy Borash has received rave reviews internally in WWE. And now we're facing major creative hurdles when it comes to SmackDown.
Oh,
the show throughout 2025 has failed to deliver the goods, and the show has felt stale and underwhelming. Fans were crying out for something new. The problem comes from a weak creative team who have no new ideas, and the introduction of an extra hour is only going to make things worse.
Yeah, I'm saying.
The Undertaker and Jeremy Borash are proven commodities in the creative role, so what does WWE have to lose by giving both the pen to the Blue brand? It's not as if the show can get any worse, and WWE could revert things back to the normal team if it doesn't go to plan. They could even publicly announce that The Undertaker is now on the creative team, similarly to how they did back in 2019 with Paul Heyman and Eric Bischoff. This would generate major buzz in the WWE product, and could even lead to a surge in the ratings for the Blue brand.
Yeah.
Come on, miracles have happened. Number 7, Dominic Mysterio wins Money in the Bank. And Money in the Bank 2026 will take place in September.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not opposed to that at all. I think Dom has earned it. I think Dom has earned it for sure. Just from the heel turn, character change, like fully going into Dirty Dom. And there's situations where he gets pops. There's actually situations where, I know, like, the thing was with him is, like, he'd get booed out of buildings, but, like, that's just like from a heat standpoint, not because people actually, like, don't want to see him or whatever. It's just like, that's just the heat he was generating. But I wouldn't be opposed to Dom winning Money in the Bank. I think it's time to throw it on one of the young guys. Cause Seth won it last year. He didn't really need it, Now it was cool for him or whatever, but didn't really need it. Naomi won. I think that one was deserved. I know she's not like Sol Ruka or something, like getting her foot in the door. She's pretty established, but that helped her get her full respect. And she was going crazy with her run. But family comes first, So it's what it is.
Whilst this is a wild change, it will give fans something to look forward to in the second half of the year.
Right.
For the men's Money in the Bank match, WWE has so many options. They have 5 sensible options for the briefcase. The first being Dominic Mysterio.
Okay.
Dom has had a stellar 2025. He won the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania and even defeated John Cena in his final ever PLE. WWE could easily follow this up with a Money in the Bank win, and the crowd are firmly on his side, so they would no doubt accept him in the role. LA Knight. Is 2026 the time that LA Knight finally wins the Money in the Bank match? He's been a
I ain't
fan
gonna lie.
favorite for
If
some
he's
time.
if he's in the match, I feel like at that point then you kind of gotta give it to him. Just cause like what would this be, like his fourth Money in the Bank match in which he didn't win, or something like that. So I feel like if you do put LA Knight in the match, it's kind of hard to not give it to him. I mean, it's really tough because you really do got a lot of options.
Now, and it's about time WWE capitalized on his popularity. But there's also Jacob Fatu, as WWE needs fresh blood at the top of the card, and one of these names is Jacob Fatu. A Money in the Bank win would be an easy...
Here's the thing with Jacob Fatu, it's like, for him, it ain't going to be hard for him to get title opportunities. He's going to get those. You know what I'm saying? Good on the mic, good in the ring. And, I mean, he gets pushed. With LA Knight, good on the mic, solid in the ring, doesn't get those. Super over with the crowd, doesn't really get those. So I feel like it's really between... We'll see how the other names
way to push Fatu into the main event picture, but they could be a big one. Obafemi. Slowly but surely, WWE is going all in on Obafemi, and a Money in the Bank win could be on the horizon. Would this style of booking suit Femi?
No,
well,
I'm
who's to say, but 2026
man.
could be the year of Femi. And Chris Jericho. Now that Chris Jericho is WWE...
Hell nah. I'm sorry, WrestleMania, but hell nah. That couldn't be your most sensible option, man. But I mean, these are predictions, but like, I just feel like Jacob Fatu, he don't really need it. Chris Jericho damn sure don't need it. LA Knight, Dom, Oba, and I feel like you could go, but you could go to Carmelo Hayes route. For sure, you go to Carmelo Hayes route. I think that Javon Evans does need to be a part of the Money in the Bank match. I'm not saying he should win. I think that he has a case, but it's like, I feel like just like looking at it from WWE standpoint, they probably feel like he's too young. He's not gonna get the opportunity yet. But I feel like he probably should be a part of the match because he could give some crazy moments in there. But yeah, I just feel like Oba, LA Knight, or Dom, or Carmelo Hayes. That's really the route that you should probably go with that, in my opinion.
Bound, what better way to capitalize on his return by having him win the match he invented? This would be a fitting moment for Jericho's final year in the company. As for the women's Money in the Bank winner, WWE's hit a home run when it comes to the winner of the briefcase over the past few years.
Yeah.
Likely options for the 2026 briefcase
Chelsea
include
Green,
Chelsea
it is
Green,
deserved for
Roxanne
her.
Perez, and even Sol Ruka.
Number
6, the Royal Rumble.
Hey, see right there though. Right there, WrestleMania, I'm with you there. That's 3 deserved winners for sure. Now, see, that goes back to my point, though. It's like, if you can give it to Soruka, I feel like you give that shit to Javon, too. You know what I mean? And I for sure feel like Chelsea, Roxanne, and Soruka are like the 3 main ones, for sure. It's got to be one of those 3. It just has to be. You know what I mean? It just truly has to be. Hey, they have hit with the women for the most part. They've hit with the women. Hey, so let's hey, I'm with that though. That'd be fire. Cause Chelsea for sure deserved. You know, she does whatever they tell her to do. Very entertaining. Could make real use of the briefcase. Could make, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the way she would decorate it would be fire as well. Roxanne, you know, the young prodigy. So yeah, that would be cool for her. She definitely could deserve it. And Soruka, man. Soruka a hooper, man. Real talk. Soruka is like that. So that would be cool for her as well. Like, I don't think you could go wrong with either of those 3 for sure.
Well, a lot of fans believe the 2026 Royal Rumble is predictable.
Y'all excited for a Riyadh Rumble?
Behind that belief. All signs point towards Roman Reigns winning the Rumble, especially as it's been widely reported that Reigns vs. Cody Rhodes Part 3 is planned for WrestleMania 42. It's hard to see another outcome for the winner of the match. However, if Braun Breaker is unsuccessful in defeating CM Punk on the first Raw of 2026, then Breaker is a sensible option.
For sure.
For the Women's Rumble, we could be looking at Bianca Belair winning.
Bianca Belair, please get back, man.
Whether she returns in time and gets medical clearance. If Belair is still on the shelf, Rhea Ripley or even AJ Lee could be a smart option. Number 5, 2026 is the new era. WWE needs to make stars as a matter of urgency. They have an aging roster and most of the top male stars are over 40. WWE has
Yeah,
slowly realized
for
this in the
sure.
second half of 2025, and they're starting to push names such as Bron Breakker, Austin Theory, and even Carmelo Hayes up the card. 2026 could be the new 2005 in WWE, as they crown young stars to lead the company for the next decade. Breakker is destined to win the world title at some point in 2026,
Yeah,
and a lot of
he's
fans
going
feel
to.
like he should get his moment on the grand stage of WrestleMania. WWE has so many young names that could be big time players for them, but they have to get the presentation and booking just right. And the booking and push can't feel forced, or the crowd may outright reject the chosen star. The Dominic Mysterio route has worked extremely well, as by the time Mysterio was winning a title at WrestleMania 41, he was being heavily cheered and the fans were ready for him in this role.
Yeah.
This can be a dangerous balancing act, but WWE must take the risk, and 2026 is the year where they must usher in a new era. Number 4, Roman Reigns wins the WWE title. A Roman Reigns versus
They haven't
Cody Rhodes
teased it.
Part 3 is reportedly the planned WWE title match at WrestleMania, and there's a strong belief that Reigns is walking out as WWE champion.
Okay.
Now, the problem with this,
But here's my question. 'Cause I mean, not saying that you can't do this. I mean, we've seen it with Punk, Rollins, and Reigns. They were all faces at the time, going head to head. But I feel like in this situation, who goes into the match as the heel? Do you turn Cody heel? Do we keep Roman Reigns as like? Because I feel like he's kind of still in that tweener role, where he's not really on either side. Like he still has some of his tribal chief heelish antics, but he also understands that the crowd is rocking with him now. So we'll see.
is that WWE are back to where they were in 2022. Reigns is not working a full-time deal. In fact, he's only worked 7 matches this year, and this will mean that Rhodes is once again carrying the company just without a title on his shoulder. What is the logic of putting the title on a part-timer, especially when both Netflix or USA Network will want the champion on their show on a weekly basis? WWE likely wants to give Reigns another huge moment, and it's entirely possible that he holds on to the title for another year and he wrestles The Rock at WrestleMania 43 in Saudi Arabia. The problem with this is that a 12-month part-time reign may push fans away from the product, and they may actively begin to turn against the popular babyface, and this is something WWE needs to avoid. Number 3, Cody Rhodes turns heel.
So I was saying,
Can 2026 finally be the year in which WWE turns Cody Rhodes heel? A heel turn for Rhodes was initially pitched by The Rock in early 2025, but WWE quite rightly turned this down, and instead will receive the now infamous John Cena heel turn. With 2025 being a poorly received year, they're more likely than ever to take huge risks, and this could mean a Rhodes heel turn at some point in 2026. The problem with this is that WWE is traditionally led by a top babyface, whether that being Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, John Cena, or Cody Rhodes. What name would replace Rhodes in that crucial role? That's ultimately the dilemma for WWE. Number 2, WWE are forced.
A name that could replace Cody. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I feel like you call me crazy, but I feel like Javon could do it. Cause he gives me Jeff Hardy vibes. He gives me 08, 09 Jeff Hardy vibes. It's like a guy that just seems like this. He just seems authentic. Doesn't feel like he's playing a character. It just feel like that's him. A move set for people that could wow people out of their seats, so people will enjoy the match quality that he gives. Can easily get super duper over with the crowd just from the authenticity standpoint and things like that. That was a crazy one. Forced to lower ticket prices. That's a crazy one. We'll see. I don't think that's gonna happen. But yeah, I feel like Javon could really fit in that role. Cause you need somebody that the crowd could really truly get behind. I know people could say like a Bron Breakker. I feel like Bron Breakker is he's more suitable to be a heel at the moment. And I feel like Javon got it, man. Like I said, he gives me those 08, 09 Jeff Hardy vibes. Just like when he cuts promos, it just feels authentic. It doesn't feel like he's reading from a script. It just feels like he's telling you what's on his mind. The delivery of the promos feels authentic. So we'll just have to see, man. I feel like for sure Javon could do that. You could even have Melo possibly. We'll see what role Obafemi plays, heel or face. I feel like he's somebody that could play either one as well.
To lower ticket prices. The WWE ticket
I mean,
prices
you got LA
are
Knight as well.
out
He's
of
still
control.
over.
There's no denying it. WWE shows were previously affordable to all, but these days are sadly long gone.
Yeah.
Even WWE great Randy Orton was stunned to find out how much one fan paid for his WrestleMania ticket, and this should have been the wake-up call WWE needed. TKO execs
Yeah,
believe that the company was
then they hold you, Randy. We ain't seen you in a minute.
wrong to price tickets so families could afford them, and these comments quite rightly received a major backlash. TKO is showing their greed in the current pricing model, and it's slowly beginning to backfire, as ticket sales for TV can be seen decreasing in certain areas. Fans simply don't have enormous amounts of money to attend a standard Raw or SmackDown show, and when WWE has to bring out the dreaded black top to hide the empty seats, then they'll be forced to lower ticket prices to get those families back in those seats. And number 1, Triple H is booted out the door.
Wow.
2025 was unfortunately the year when fans really turned on Triple H.
Yeah.
Triple H has become the
For
face
sure.
of the WWE creative output, and thanks to shows such as WWE Unreal, knowledge that Triple H runs the show is universally known. Now, this was always a risk from WWE, as the moment the product wasn't as hot as it was, all the backlash would fall on one man, and that being Triple H. Triple
Correct.
H's booking was so heavily loathed in late 2025 that after John Cena's final match, he was heckled with a huge amount of boos, and some say the negativity directed towards the game really overshadowed John Cena's final moment.
No, I will say that the retirement tour itself, for sure, he fumbled. But also that last match, he did the right decision. John Cena tapping out was the right decision. I know people don't want to hear that, but it truly was, because what did John Cena continue to say? When he feels like he lost a step and his body can't handle it no more, that is when he's going to start calling it quits. And he fought and fought and fought out of the sleeper and continued to fight out of it, not tap out. But the story was that, you know what I'm saying, his career flashed before his eyes. And he left with a smile and just said, my body can't do it. I'm not giving up. My body is. And then he tapped out. That's really what the story was behind the tap out. And people were just seeing it like, oh, John Cena lost his last match. What the hell? But I mean, that happens in the business, bro. The legends lose their last matches. But because it's John Cena and he's universally loved and recognized, people were upset with that. I mean, like I said, bro, you had people who never tweet a thing about wrestling tweeting about John Cena's retirement tour because it's John Cena, bro. Like, that's the face of WWE. So, yeah.
2026
I think that was
could
the
be
right
the year
call.
in which TKO decides to go in a brand new direction, and they could have The Rock unceremoniously boot the game right out the door. This would be a huge risk for the company, as despite a messy year from a creative aspect, the company is still thriving financially, and Triple H does deserve.
And I think that we can't like sit there and forget that 2023 and the beginning of 2024 we were eating pretty good. We were eating pretty damn good. So they need to get back to that. And if they just can't, then I mean, you could very well see him get booted out the door. We'll see though.
Credit for this. However, The Rock, who isn't exactly best friends with the game, may see the negative reaction to the game's booking and decide to switch things up. The likely replacement for Triple H would be Brian Gewirtz, The Rock's personal friend and the man who was a head writer for WWE during the tail end of the Attitude Era. But one of the fundamental flaws in doing this is talent morale. Triple H is seen as a father figure by many in the company, and if TKO boots him out the door, Triple H's biggest supporters aren't going to be pleased. This would destroy trust between TKO and the talent, and TKO could face a major internal revolt. Key names such as Cody Rhodes, Rhea Ripley, Seth Rollins, and Io Sky are all of Triple H's hand-picked stars, so they won't exactly be comfortable with him getting the boot. Even names such as CM Punk, who had prior bad blood with the game, have a thriving working relationship with him now, so TKO will need to be extremely careful if they're planning on changing who runs WWE Creative.
Correct.
Could you see any of these happening in 2026? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.
Shout out to WrestleMania for the video. He said, "Can we see one of these happening?" I think most likely. They thought the most likely thing would probably be I guess Dom winning Money in the Bank. Honestly, I could probably see that happening, like the most likely thing to happen. As one of those people that he said being Money in the Bank. Yeah. like I said, bro, you can't go wrong. I feel like it's gotta be LA Knight. It's gotta be Dom. You could go the route of a Jacob Fatu. I just don't feel like he needs. I feel like when you think about Money in the Bank, it's more so you got to give it to people that are struggling to get title opportunities. That's how I view Money in the Bank. That's how I would personally book Money in the Bank. Would be people that are like, maybe they're mid card talents. Maybe they are main event talents, but they just can't get the opportunities. So I feel like that's where Money in the Bank has to go, or it's like a young talent that's trying to get their foot in the door, and get them Money in the Bank that can propel their career. Cause like with Rumble, you're gonna give that to your main event talents, but I feel like with Money in the Bank, you got to give that to people that don't get opportunities and are struggling to get opportunities, and kayfabe wise would struggle to get opportunities. So yeah, I feel like Jacob Fatu, we know how WWE feels about the Samoan lineage and things like that. They don't struggle. They don't struggle with their booking. Their booking is pretty solid. So I feel like he doesn't really need it because he's going to be able to get those title opportunities. But yeah, LA Knight, a Dom, a Javon Evans, I wouldn't be mad at. An Obafemi, I wouldn't be mad at. A Carmelo Hayes. Hell, if you want to put it on Theory, I wouldn't hate that. A Chad Gable, I wouldn't hate that either. I mean, there's a lot of people, bro. There's a lot of people you give it to. But for the women's, I think he hit the nail on the coffin. Chelsea Green, Roxanne Perez, or So Ruka, I feel like he hit the nail on the coffin. For sure, I feel like it's got to be one of those three. And if it's not, then I ain't gonna say it's a failure because we don't know who it to go to. But I feel like you kind of have to put on one of them. I mean, even this woman that's up here, Zelina Vega, could use it. You know what I mean? So I know she doesn't really get booked all that much or whatever. Julia could use it. But yeah, I feel like I would be extremely happy if it's one of those three. If it's a Sol Ruka, a Roxanne, or a Chelsea Green, that's three women who, like I said, hit the nail on the coffin. They deserve that opportunity. Like I said, I feel like the way Chelsea Green would design hers would be very cool, and you could get some sales off of that. So yeah, but yeah, let me know y'all's thoughts below. You know what I mean? Let me know what type of content y'all want to see from me in 2026. Cause like I said, I've been battling back and forth with like the direction of the channel. If I want this to just be strictly wrestling, or if I want to implement other sports, maybe even gaming and things like that. So just let me know what type of content y'all want to see on this channel from me. I hope that all of us have a very successful 2026. I hope that your family stays healthy, my family stays healthy, and I hope that we don't have to dig many graves in 2026, and that you go out there and achieve whatever it is you want to accomplish. I don't care what it is. Like I said in my stream, don't let nobody ever tell you can't accomplish nothing, because you can do whatever you put your mind to. All it takes is hard work and consistency. So I'm working on that consistency part, you know what I mean? But, so we're going to try to make 2026 more consistent for us. But, yeah, like I said, let me know what y'all want to see from me. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe to WrestleMania for the amazing content that he puts out as well. And love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.